Some of you may not be strong enough to make it through this video, but here you are. Strength isn't just measured in muscle, no. It's measured in will. Raw willpower that lets you see past the lies and into the heart of the truth. It's not easy to stare truth in the face and not flinch. Oh, it's a good bag. But be warned. You're in this now, and you have to see this through to the end. What I'm gonna reveal to you is gonna shake the foundations of your entire existence, and maybe future generations beyond that are affected by the possible changes to your DNA that this will cause. Takis can't sue me for that, can they?
There is no evidence that suggests that Takis will change your DNA. There's no evidence. None. You can't find any that I know of.
Oh, mama. So show that you're going to be a part of this until the end. Click the like button, because people are spamming the dislike button just to try to hide the truth, to try to obfuscate it. That's the right word. You must set the truth free. Join me. Prove it to me. Prove it to each other. But most importantly, prove it to yourself. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing every single flavor of Takis. I have what is scientifically known as every single flavor of Takis. This is a terrible angle to see this. Lixian, zoom in on that. Not really a lot of detail. I, much like a baby, have no object permanence. So if the flavor that technically exists isn't in this room with me right now, I don't know it exists, and therefore it doesn't exist to me. And because all of reality is based on perspective, and everything is relative, my existence proves that those other flavors that may not be here don't exist. It's simple logic. There is nothing weird about the way that I eat Takis. And eat is also a very strange word. It has a lot of different meanings, you know. The dictionary is the jury's out on the definition of eating, but I eat them like this. Do you eat soup or do you drink soup? Nobody knows. The three bears with their porridge. One was too hot, one was too cold. One was just right. But according to who? Nobody knows, because Goldilocks is dead. They ate her, they ate her all. Anyway. This is not about that. Takis, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. But I already know what you're thinking, and I already thought of it. They're not gonna sponsor me. I've already asked, because I didn't ask to be paid in money. I asked to be paid in powder. And they said no. So, didn't work out. But I'm gonna review it anyway because I still enjoy them. I like the powder. So I do have some critical things to say about Takis' production pipeline. There's a little bit of an inconsistency issue with Takis from bag to bag. I started out Takis, and I was lucky enough that my first time getting Takis, that the individual Taki were soaked beyond recognition under a layer of delicious powder. Like just pure salt, spice, and MSG. But it's like a lottery. Depending on what bag you get, you may not get the same spice experience that I got on my first thing. It's kind of like drugs. I've been chasing that first high that I got when I got the first bag, and now this seems really bad. But trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Lexian, do I know what I'm talking about? Anyway, it's not the point. I only have eaten Fuego. Fuego is the purple bag. It's the only bag that I saw for a long time. But there are other flavors of Takis that are not Fuego. Fuego is my favorite so far. I've only had one other, but there's a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. This makes 8. Also, I'm gonna show you guys a whole new world. And this is where it's very important that we're all in this together. If you clicked on this video, it's already too late. You're a part of this. This is in your watch history, and I've made a deal with YouTube that this particular video cannot be purged from your watch history. No matter what, it's going to remain on your account till the end of time. And when YouTube dies, that's when time dies. We all know this. I will cease to exist. And from my perspective, because everything is relative, everything's gone. It's just an egotistical way of thinking about things. It's not actually true. Anyway, so the thing about Takis and Fuego is that it has just the right amount of kick, right? Woo! That's some good shit. It's like eating shrimp, right? I don't eat shrimp, but I think you suck the shrimp out of it, and you throw the rest of the shrimp away, right? Or like a clam. You don't eat the shell of the clam. I don't eat the shell of the Takis. And this happens to be a pretty good bag. I'd say this bag is above average. You can actually see almost the entirety of each chip is covered in powder. You get a kind of chip that is just more powder than chip, that's ideal. This bag is above average. But when I tell you, this bag is like 30% of the maximum amount of powder that I've seen in different bags. This is like a 220% of the weak bags that I've seen. I've seen bags that when I opened them, I got depressed instantly. All joy flew out of my life because I looked at the chip and it was empty. It looked like this, and I think that's what happened. Someone got to the powder before I did. I think there's a whole operation to suck the powder right out of these. Takis won't give it themselves, but I want it, and I will find it. Because as they said on Dune, the spice must flow. I've never seen Dune. The spiciness level is like a bit of a 6. It's a good one. It's above average spice. It's a good kick. Compared to that chip that I ate on some mysterious channel that doesn't exist and never did exist, much like this video won't ever leave you, that video never even occurred. If that was a 10, this is a 6. Good spice, but the flavor, that's really what we're getting into here. The flavor is something that's just, I can't even match on anything else that I've ever tried. I've tried different like spicy powders. People say like there's a seasoning that you can get that is pretty good. It's not the same. And I think it's due to the MSG. The MSG. I also cut them like this because it's easier to access, and then you can identify the ones with more powder. And that way you lose minimal amount of powder getting on your hands, and you can just make sure most of the powder gets in your mouth. I open like this so it's like a built-in tray. Doesn't make good for showing the ingredients, but zoom! There's monosodium glutamate, which is another entire conversation to have. There's a big stigma about monosodium glutamate, but apparently there's no actual research that said it's bad for you in any way. In fact, it turns out to be a pretty good flavor enhancer. But I'm not a food doctor. I don't even know what a food doctor is. Do they exist? But this has MSG in it, unless I'm mistaken, because I didn't look at it myself just now. Lexington, am I right? Okay, good. The only problem is, with the amount of salt that you're taking in, you gotta make sure you get enough water. You gotta hydrate when you're doing this. Because even one of these is probably not good for you. But I like salt, and I like these. It's like got a sweetness to it. It's a spice. This happens to be a very good bag. I am very happy. If I got this, my happiness meter would go up as opposed to being extremely depressed. My entire emotional state depends on the interior of these bags. It's like Schrodinger's Takis. My fate is sealed in the bag, and I do not know until I open it. But I have found ways to try to circumvent that. I kind of feel, and if I feel more powder at the bottom, I can kind of be inclined that it's going to be that. Also, there are certain types of bags that are made certain ways. You'll see that this one has ridges on the top of it. There's some bags that have flat tops, and you can kind of judge where that one was produced, because I'm pretty sure that there are 3 different Takis factories in the US. I've never actually done any physical research on this. I've never seen them myself. I've just done anecdotal research from the Takis bags that I have. And there seems to be one that does lower with different type of chip, like the actual tortilla is a little thinner and a little smaller. The volume is probably decreased by about 40%, and the powder ratio is way down. There's this one, which is good because it's a pretty average and streamlined process of the amount of powder and the amount of chip. The tortilla chips actually carry a lot of suckability, so you can suck the powder out of them. You know, I like that. I don't like it when it's hiding in the crevices. And then there's another one that is just Chaos Factory. I want to be in that factory. I want my life to be that factory because the people working there are just as insane as I am. They destroy every chip with bag. The entire bag is like 30% powder in the bottom of it, and it's all crumbs. And there are some weird chips that are just like burnt black triangles in them. That is the gold mine of Takis.
Those are the absolute pinnacle of Takis.
I went on a bit of a tangent there. I'm gonna move on. This particular bag, 9 out of 10, maybe like 8.5, just because I know the scope of how good it could be, but this is a good one. So from now on, we're gonna look at the new flavors. Let's kick it up another notch. Oh, my eyes, I can't see over the effects. Oh. This is Nitro. Oh, hey, Mail. Hey, UPS guy. Oh, no. Thank you. This is Nitro! My nose and my hair! Digitally make my hair blow back in the wind. Okay, this is Nitro. I actually have had this. If you want to talk about spice, this was a 6. This is way, I'll taste it first and then I'll give numbers. Why would I know beforehand? Well, this is sad. It's not the color difference, it's that you can tell that it's less powder. This is what I mean. This is why my emotions are all over the place. Look, you can see the surface of the chip through it. The only time you can see the surface of the chip through this one is where it's been like exposed underneath because it's like a double wrapped chip and there was some flaw in the process. This is, God, that's sad. Fine. Anyway, this is gonna be sad, but I'm gonna test out the flavor of it because that's what I'm here for. Nitro. I can't even taste the difference because there's not enough powder to be able to discern it. I have another bag here. Let's see if this one's any better. I buy them in 2s and I go to different stores and I try to pick one from there, one from there. And when I know a store has the golden bags, I buy out their entire stock. God damn everything. It's the same goddamn. We got a good, here's a decent one. Okay, so definitely that one's spicier, but because there's less actual quantity, this would be spicier just because there's more powder here, but this one is. The only problem with this one is I don't like the flavor too much. The great thing about this is it's perfectly balanced between the spice and the lime. This one is habanero. I don't really like the flavor of habanero. I know a lot of people do, but most people just use habanero because it has a lot of kick to it. It's not like ghost pepper levels, but it's got a real punch to it, and they use it for the spice. I really don't like the flavor as much though, and the spice isn't even worth it because the spice isn't all that much different than that one because that spice kicks you harder just from the quantity. I'm gonna find the one with the most powder I can versus one I just grabbed here, and you can see it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's a disappointment across the board. This particular bag I'm only gonna give like a 3.5. Okay, so now we've gotten out of the territory where I've ever had any of these before. These are all new. The experiences will be new. My reviews will be just as subpar as anything else. In fact, even more so. That's what you subscribe for, right? What did I say? And I am officially declaring that I am now the Takis Review Channel. I know that John Cena was in a commercial for Takis the other day, or the other year, whatever one it was. There's no way that guy likes Takis more than me. Maybe he likes the chip. He can eat my chips after I suck the good stuff off of him. Okay, we got wild. Like Wild West? Wild. Spicy buffalo. So, I can't even tell. Am I sad? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I happy? I can't tell. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy because it's an illusion, right? The color of the powder is very close to the natural color of the chip. Whenever they pull the chips off the chip tree, I'm assuming that's just the color that it comes as, much like spaghetti from the tree. Powder, is actually orangish. I'm like spicy buffalo wings, stuff like that. So, can't really smell anything. The powder is kind of stuck to it. Oh. Oh. Weird brainwave. For some reason, my taste buds are telling me that's similar to this tteokbokki that I had in Korea, which is spicy rice cake. but not good because I'm not expecting that. As far as spicy buffalo is concerned, nothing like that. I don't taste any buffalo from that. Maybe I do, but maybe I just don't know what buffalo tastes like. But I've had a few wings in my life. I'll probably review a few wings in my life. Maybe, who knows? If they pay me money, I'll review whatever they want. My review series has never been paid for its services. I just want to point that out. It's a little tragic. Anyway, two, I would never eat this, and I would not want to suck this, so I won't. Those would probably be good crushed up and like used as a breadcrumb. I bet if I breadcrumb real wings with that, ooh, good idea. I won't remember it. Crunchy fajitas, which isn't really a flavor, it's a description. I don't know what flavor is crunchy fajitas. It's another one of these illusions because you can't tell because of the base color, but whatever crunchy fajitas is. Place your bets now in the comments as to what you think the flavor of crunchy fajitas is or will be. And my reactions. The winners will get shamed. The losers will get banished. You can't abstain, you have to. I guess. I'm getting like, a hint of fajitas. I feel like I'm standing outside of a Mexican restaurant and there's a fan that is blowing air out of the restaurant into my mouth. Whoever predicted that was my response, congratulations. Everyone shame them. Shame them now. Shame them fast and shame them quick. And then shame yourself. But not good. I wouldn't call that good. I'd rather just have like frozen fajitas that I put in the oven or something like that. There's very little actual flavor here. There's like no flavor. Nothing's actually happening here. There's like essentially zero in this bag. Sorry, there are people walking and they're looking at me. I'm not crazy. Why are you even here? Why do you exist? You go on the floor now. Floor of shame. What if I just mash them up, re-wet them, turn them into tortillas, refry them, and then make fajitas out of them? That's what I'll do. So we got this other bag. Guacamole! Whack-a-mole. Look at the ridge on this bad boy. That is a deep V. See, this is a piddly V, this is a deep V. Good powder? Oh my God. That looks horrible. That looks the worst. That looks so unappealing. I got no words for this one, so I'll just let taste be the judge. That wasn't a finished spit, that was just bad. It tastes nothing like guacamole. This is like Shrek's turds. I don't know what, I don't know. I have no idea. What is not guacamole? Maybe these are different if I bite them? No, it's worse. Because I get the terrible tortilla in there. I hate that. I'm not gonna reuse that for anything. Good. Oh, God. I hope you're still with me, everybody. You made a promise at the beginning of this that you were gonna show me how strong you were. And if you abandon this halfway through, or 3/4 of the way through, wherever we are, you'll never live it down. Sticks! Sticks! It's Fuego in stick form. Oh, weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just stick with normal Fuego, because now it's like those like rice noodles that you get sometimes in the bed of an appetizer at some, I don't know, Cheesecake Factory or something like that. I guess they're trying to get me to eat the actual tortilla. It's a disappointment. Number one, I don't like the tortilla. Number two, there's literally less surface area per chip to have powder. There's no ridges. There's no places to caress with your tongue to try to cultivate out a little bit more spice. Coax, if you will. I can't seduce this with my tongue. Get out of there. You don't belong there. I'm happy again. I'm happy again. I'm happy again. All right, so you might think that we must be done, right? We must have run the full gambit of every possible flavor. Shut up, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. Also, the mailman's here, so I gotta look nice. I I'm nice. Thank you. I don't know why I always record these when mail comes. It's not a choice. I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens that way. Explosion! Oh, it's an explosion of flavor. It's a boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Explosions of flavor. It's got cheese and chili pepper. No lime on this one apparently, but it's an explosion of flavor. Brr, explosion. Best before December 2020? Oh no. Am I gonna die? Oh no. Oh shit. Oh no. That's probably fine. Ooh, these look fun. Look at that. Is this gonna be like Cheetos like spicy Cheetos? Oh, that tastes like someone took the powdered cheese in a Kraft mac and cheese box and dumped it in a bag. Now, let's all be clear, this is expired. That might be why it's bad, but I doubt that it changed the flavor that much. Okay, are we done here? Are we done? No, we're not done. We got zombie, the flavor that's back from the dead. Put some fog in. Get some spooky music. There's a wolf howling. It's a zombie. It's a scary night. You're hungry. You got nowhere else to turn. You go into a convenience store. The bell rings with a groan. As you walk through the door, the sliding automatic doors creak and whistle in weird ways. You hear a cackle of laughter from the back row where the booze is kept. And then you see it in front of you. Zombie flavor. You look in your pocket. You only have 92 cents, and it just so happens that Halloween ended a few months ago and these expired chips are on sale. Clearance. It's time to get a deal. And time to fill that belly of yours with pure evil. They're green. These are worryingly green. Like the guacamole was sad green, this is concerningly green. It says habanero and cucumber. That sounds like it wouldn't be so bad. I have said that many times tonight. It's day, but I've said that many times and it's not worked out too well. Your bottoms up. You know what that is? Because the other one that was nitro, that was habanero, this is better. The cucumber works better with habanero than lime did. It's not that lime and habanero was bad, no, that's a great combination. But for some reason in that chip and powder, that didn't work as well. This works. The flavor is actually pretty good. They're working with each other. And they might still have some lime in here, I can't tell, but I taste definitely the cucumber and I definitely feel the habanero. But the flavor, I'm into that. I'm into that. I'm into that. That's good. I did not expect that to be good at all. It's refreshing. I'm gonna keep that over here because that is quite good. All right, so we've reached the end of the road. It's been a long day of trying Takis. A long day of attempting different flavors. Shut up, we're not done. Got him, idiot. Blue, blue heat. Like Sonic the Hedgehog if he's in heat. Let's see, cut out everything that I just said. There's no illustration of what this flavor might be. All I know is that it's blue. That was green, this is blue. Once again, concerningly blue, thought-provokingly blue, right? Like, something's wrong here, but it's food. Anyway, it's a decent one. Not much flavor. It's not bad. It's not what I would call bad flavor, it's just not much of it. Probably all the chemicals to make it dyed blue are burning off my taste buds on contact, so my entire inside of my mouth is melting. Or not, don't sue me, Takis. Pay me in spice. Give me a 55-gallon thing of this. In conclusion, this is the best. The original flavor is the best. I have tried all of these, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of them aren't very good, to me anyway. And I imagine that a lot of people's first introductions to Takis is gonna be Fuego, because that's the bag that I always saw, so I imagine it's the bag that everyone always saw. Not everyone, but most people always saw. So, Fuego is my favorite flavor, but surprisingly, Zombie, that I would never have expected, is second place. If the habanero one had a lot more powder on it, and I was in the mood to really destroy myself with spice, I would like that. That's third place. Everything else is tied for bottom. And with that, so ends my review of Takis. And you've made it. Congratulations. You've made it to the end. I'm proud of you. You've done it. Congratulate yourselves and congratulate each other. And you know what your reward is? Your reward for making it so far is that you get to watch me finish the rest of this bag with uninterrupted eye contact. I'll make sure that Lixian doesn't stop the video at any point to interrupt this moment of connection that we are going to share. Because we are one and the same. You and I, we have so much in common. One. Only 150 more to go.